Hey guys, welcome to the part 2 on how to play Infernus, obviously in my view. And here, as I promised, I will cover a couple of matches that I've already played, where I want to show how I'm doing the laning, how I'm doing the farming during the laning phase in the early stages, how to then do early mid to mid type jungling phase, what items to buy, in what order to buy, under what circumstances do you buy those items, and then how to win the game, essentially using synergies, making sure that you acquire kills and essentially winning the game. So the first one is going to be this game. I think this is the one. Yes, this is 58. That's 58. Just okay. And yeah, let's check it. So here we're going to cover in this particular replay how am I conducting the laning phase, my decision making for pushing or pulling the wave, fighting the enemy, or just focusing on the farm, pushing the tower, or just letting my tower to be pushed. So then I'll show you basically a couple of kills of perfect examples of using the passive to acquire kills, and then utility of items, the ones that I'm talking about, like a lot of stamina and sprinting items, and the blink essentially, and how do you combine it with your ultimate. Alright, let's speed this up slightly, and then we are going to go into...
to complete the ritual, Infernus.
Okay, stop right there. Let's go free float. Let's align. So in here, as you can see, I'm going to be matched up against Talon. Now Talon, in my honest opinion, any hero that has a range advantage over you and can harass you from longer distance than your optimal distance, which is 25 meters, these enemies are your counters, because you, as you know, your passive triggers at a certain distance during a certain amount of hits. So when you're within the 25 range, if it's body shots, it's around 10 shots, if it's head shots, it's around 7 shots. However, if the enemy fights optimally at a larger distance than your optimal range of firing, then you're at a disadvantage because you won't be able to trigger your passive as often, if that does that make sense. So in this particular case, I thought that I'm going to be matched up against Talon. Now I don't know his skills, so my game plan was I will focus on the creeps. And the most important thing about creeps is that in early games they do a lot of damage, and there is one creep that is a medical minion creep, and you need to kill him first, because this one creep can heal you 3 times during 3 stages. So as he passes your, as you can see, your friendly tower, if you're around here, that's 1 heal. Once they start fighting in here with other creeps, if your doctor is still alive, that's another heal. Once that gets resolved and you're pushing towards the enemy tower, you can get another heal. So those are very essential heals that the healing minion can provide to you, and you want to make sure that the enemy does not get it, especially when you're at a disadvantage against him. So the idea against Talon in this particular case, because I thought I was at a disadvantage, I'll just focus on the creeps for now. Try to deny as much, try to secure as many last hits, try to get a slight item advantage, and then try to close the gap once I'll have my 1, 2, and 3 abilities, so I can basically push it onto him, go into his face, and because he will be hiding behind the tower, I can push a little bit the tower, try to harass him, etc, etc. So let us look at this. So let me just free float remove at 1 speed, and let's go. Another thing to note, this Talon was not essentially great. As you can see right now, my first priority is the Doctor Creep. Mine one is hiding right here, and as you can see, I'm using my melee, using cover just to push the waves onto him to make sure that he gets in a slight disadvantage. Another beautiful thing, when you're using this tactic and he is not contesting for creeps during the minion on minion clash or creep on creep clash, he is now forced to focus on the minions when they're close to the tower, because tower will be indiscriminately trying to kill, and he will have that a couple of seconds window when they turn white and the tower stops hitting them to last hit them. And this is a perfect opportunity for you to lock in on your minion that is about to die. If he last hits him, you can contest that deny, if that makes sense. So as you can see, it pops deny, and this is where right now I'm putting myself in a disadvantage. That's already 2 denies, he lost that one, and he is already at a cash disadvantage. I'm 376, he's 149. So I'm much closer to acquiring my first item, which is most likely going to be the extra mag, so I can do more presence during this initial advantage, if that makes sense. Now, again, I didn't know the skill of this Talon, but from what I realized is that he was not prioritizing minions, he was just prioritizing me. I presume it's because he wanted to use that advantage of just harassing me, because he does have an advantage over me in terms of distance and damage output in early game. So I'm just focusing on the minions, trying to kill. As you can see, I still didn't focus on the medic, on the doctor, until I saw him, and I immediately started finalizing the creeps. Now I wanted to harass him because he was in much closer distance to me. I'm slightly less HP than him, but that doesn't matter. I'm still focusing on just D9 right before, and I'm winning those D9s. Now I'm already 600, so I can acquire one item. He is approximately 123 Gs behind, or souls. So this is where I just want to keep harassing him. He's still focusing on just harassing me while I'm trying to harass the minions and just trying to make sure that the lanes gets pushed. Now I saw that he is getting low because he's not making distance, so I paid slight the price. We equalize in HP, and I realized that I'm fighting against minions and they're shooting at me. Minions do shit tons of damage in early, so you don't want to be what I did right now for too long. I was a bit cocky because I saw that this guy doesn't seem to be of quite of high skill, so I thought, since he's so close to me, I might as well apply my 1 and try to trigger the passive so it can tick off his HP, because he is not necessarily a tanky hero. But I paid the price because, well, there were 3 minions who were shooting at me for free, so we kind of equate in HP. Here, as you can see, I will prioritize the doctor. Once again, the doctor must come first. Trying to secure my last hits. Fail the deny. Try to push all the waves while he is being very passive and just trying to last hit.
There you are.
And that's it. Now I got my first item. Now let's pause. I think for that particular, I got the extra mag, and I decided to get the endurance spirit just to get that spirit lifesteal and bonus HP, which is quite useful in all honesty. More HP means more sustain, and then you can supplement it with HP regen, which is in extra stamina, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or the sprinting item for extra speed. That one has HP regen. Anyhow, going forward, let us speed this up a little bit just to kind of show you how this thing going. I think you get the gist of how this operates. So I'm just trying to focus on creeps. I see that I'm at a disadvantage. I just want to highlight one thing. Utilize melee when you can, especially when there is coverage. And as you can see, opa, I think I need to highlight this. Is this where the kill happens? I'm not quite sure. No, not. My bad. Apologies. So, if you saw what happened, I utilized close range cover. He did a mistake by utilizing it as well, but he's a long range hero. And so I was able to get the close the gap, apply the burn, and as you can see, just with one mag size, we have tapped more than half of his HP because he gave us the opportunity to close the distance. This doesn't usually happen. They will always try to fly. They will always try to harass from far away. And when you will try to exchange with them, you will always be losing. So this is why coverage is always essential. And just pushing the lane is how you basically force him to stop locking you in and just try to control the lane and the flow of creeps coming in to his side or to my side or to the middle. Now moving forward. Trying to again doctor first, try to secure with melee, doing coverage, lost that minion, but that's alright. And this is where I got a bit greedy, wanted to harass him, didn't realize that I had less HP, so I went back and now focusing on denying this. 1, 2, 3. Well, he denied mine unfortunately, as I was running out of creeps. This is what a real talent does. He goes up and he tries to harass. In this case, you need to make sure that you are covered and you need to make sure that you're controlling the wave and try to push it onto him so he doesn't do that to you in such an open field as this, as you know. So again, I'm 3 creeps in advantage, 2 creeps in advantage, trying to just harass a little bit here. Let me just hook up to my point of view, remove this, and let us look.
Little bit of it. Someone.
So here I got the
ain't gonna be you.
the boots, which gives you 1 health regen and sprint speed, plus damage, which is absolutely nice. This is where I want to note, these small camps exist in every single lane, and whenever you feel like you got the items, you got your skills that can do AoE damage and you can just clear out this level 1 creep, always do it. I think it has a cooldown of approximately 5 minutes, so during the laning phase I'm at minute 5, I got 4 items, the wave is now already consolidated in the middle, I can clear out quickly this jungle, go back into lane, and nothing has happened. I didn't miss out on anything, and because again, Talon is somebody that is going to be really hard to kill, so I shouldn't prioritize on winning my lane by killing him and just pushing it. I should just prioritize by taking away as much farm as possible and just make sure that he keeps his own business on his side of the lane. So as you can see, now I'm just trying to utilize melee as much as possible. Now I see that I'm in a slight disadvantage. Now he's starting to get distance on me. I'm just trying to make sure that...
Gotta make sure I get in quick to deliver this.
Controlling the wave, controlling his flow of souls, and here I'm just trying to run away because I see that I'm at a disadvantage. Another thing to know. The Zipline Speed Boost is a free transportation bonus. So whenever you see that your lane we're still in the early part of the game, you need to make sure that your farm is top notch. You need to make sure that if you have an advantage, you keep that advantage. As you can see, he has 2.6, I have 3.3, so I gotta keep this advantage. Every second counts here. So use that speedline boost, no shame, it will come back, I think, in 3 minutes. So you can come in, be around here, and as you are approximately half HP or up, depending on what hero you are, if you are a bit more tanky, it means you have a larger HP pool. But if you are somebody like Infernus, when you're around half, you can already jump back up, and just like in Dota, it has a delay heal effect. As you can see, that's it, we're almost up to the full, and here is where I think the first kill happened because he was not keeping his distance, and I came with a speed boost, jump right on top of him. So let us slow this down. J1. So as you saw, I jumped on him, I put napalm, that's 1 amplification or a slow and amplification of the magical damage, aka passive, our burning, and let us go. So as I'm seeing, I'm just applying. I triggered, so he has first skill amplification, and I tap through the first magazine almost half of his HP. He's now burning. Now take a look at this. Now I don't see him, so I'm focusing as he's flying above. I'm keeping harassing, he's keeping burning, I'm coming closer. I'm so far away, I'm not doing any damage physical to him. The only thing that this does, it just prolongs the burning. And he's dead.
I get why you fight, Talon. but I gotta stop you.
So this is the thing about it. I don't necessarily have... I have more defensive, which obviously have some additional damage boosting sub bonuses. But the main purpose of these items is more defense oriented. So it was all about amplifying the passive as much as possible and just making sure that that passive tips extra little by little. And I think this is where we got a free tower shots. Another thing to note, and I'm pretty sure you have heard it everywhere, when you're pushing, especially with somebody like Infernus, your max size is so small. As you have the ladders, whenever you are sliding, your ammo mag becomes infinite. So you can shoot as much as you want. So when you build up speed and you decide to slide, you just have that extra amount of bullets. And if you have extremely high fire rate, that's a lot of bullets that you're saving and doing much more damage essentially. So as we're going, scrolling down, coming in, scrolling down, sliding, not scrolling, sliding back, burning, sliding back. And just like this is more or less how we got to more or less the early stages. It's minute 7. It was relatively easy for me. Usually the early stage finishes when the first tower goes down. Now in this particular, in a couple of minutes there will be another kill and an escape using your ability, so I would like to show that as well. Let's set it to 2 and let's go.
Excellent.
So having that extra stamina always gives you so much mobility, so much versatility. It's like nothing has happened. Another thing to note, when there are many different combinations of how you can use your slides, jump, and bouncing off the walls. From what I've seen, the most effective and efficient way of escaping or just covering distance is dash, jump immediately, double jump. You will have that momentum, and as you're falling down, especially on the down slope, this is when you finish off with a slide. That tends to be the most quickest, and you're utilizing 3 dashes, 3 stamina points essentially. So this is where I saw there is no more tower. He had I closed up the distance on him extremely quickly, so I decided to just go and harass him because I'm at a very strong advantage of 1k, so he has way less bullets than me, and I decided to get the Soul Shredder bullet, which amplifies further my spirit damage, and I get lifesteal from it. So I can feel much more confident going one-on-one with him or with somebody who has most likely less items than me or less capabilities of running away or killing me essentially. So let's see this. So I put on a burn, he's halfway, it's sticking through. Now I know he's upstairs. So I decided to use the verticality, my stamina points, and I'm right behind him, and he didn't even notice, but he will. So I'm about to tap, sticked it, trying to finish it off. I wanted to seal the deal as quick as possible, but then I got hooked by Bebop. And then I realized that he's about to pop his ultimate, and now it's escape time. Now I'm running out of my stamina, so I need to make sure I recover. I'm also waiting for my second ability, which is in 8 seconds, so I'm just trying to save time as much as possible. Now I got my 1, which also slows down, so this is where you gotta use situational awareness essentially. So 8 seconds, slowing him down, trying to go as vertical as possible. The unfortunate thing with Bebop is that he has passive sprint, so he will always catch me up, so I need to make sure that I could CC him slightly. And this is where running away, saving. And this is where I'm trying to say that these items of sprint boots and extra stamina are so crucial. They can be life-saving. In all honesty, this would have been me dying and feeding into Bebop. Most likely, if I didn't have that extra stamina pointer, because I would always be 1 behind, and hence most likely he could have closed the gap with against me. So then, now let's talk about jungling. Around minute 10, I think. Yes. Let me talk you through jungling and how do you choose to. What is your decision making on? 1 second. Where the hell am I? Okay. So after me being an idiot and dying, I can start from scratch. It's minute 10, we're starting to enter into mid-game. This is where you must understand that you're a DPS, and just like I mentioned in the previous video, you're like an anti-mage. So it means you need to farm quick and efficiently. So that means the item choice, you're no longer gonna be most likely fighting enemies, you're gonna be fighting creeps. Jungle minions, or creeps, whatever you wanna say it. So that means we need something like Battle Fury. An item for that is called Ricochet. So this is what we wanna aim and rush forward to. To get approximately 6k, if you have perfect flawed rotation of jungle and somewhere in between a full stop, like a concentration of enemy minions that you can clear out the waves, 1 or 2 like concentration, I would say within 5 minutes you can get to 6,000 souls pretty damn easy. So Rhea right now, let's look at these circumstances in this map. There are 2 paths to take. Because we have Soul Shredder and I think we have a Spirit Lifesteal on Enduring Spirit, we can self-sustain ourselves under these current circumstances. We can do level 1 and level 2 relatively easy with little to no price to pay in HP. We cannot do level 3 yet, because for that we need Ricochet and they give you a lot of souls. So again, looking at how would you start. What you want to do is you want to position yourself strategically so you can rotate between camps. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then take the zipline, go back and finish the rotation. That could be one possible way, without entering into the enemy half of the territory. Obviously there are some, like let's say, I think it is these guys and these guys that are level 3, and then this on the side where the teleport is at, that you cannot do so far. So what you can do is, let's say, tackle one level 2 jungle that is hiding in these 2 points, take the zipline, come here, do 1, 2, go to the mid, maybe that's where there will be, this wave will come back here, we'll do this, we'll concentrate, clear the wave here, go back here, and maybe hook up with our allies if they're rotating within this area. This could be a potential idea. The essence is that you move from one point into another that has the shortest distance to you, so you can save time and just clear the waves as quickly as possible, and then hook up with your teammates or hook up with a pushing wave of minions that is coming your way through one of these 4 lanes, if that makes sense. Let me show what I mean. So I messed up, decided to take the yellow, and what's gonna happen is, as I already have the habit, I will take this wave first.
I see paradox.
Using my abilities most likely, and as I'm reloading, here's the thing. When you are reloading, if you use your second ability, you will be reloading in the middle. So like in this particular case, you put 1, you waste your entire mag, and then while you're reloading, you're continuing to do damage through using your second ability. Do not be afraid to keep spamming your abilities even though they have big cooldown, because the purpose is that you save time. Let me go to speed. So I decided to come straight to the wave because I saw an urn. Urns in early to mid game are a must. If you can get them, always get them. Forget about anything, because they give you a lot of souls and they give you a free skill point. That is vital, if you ask me, in my honest opinion. Obviously, everybody can have their own priorities, but I would say if you can do it, do it. Especially right now when you see that we have an advantage in every single lane. We have destroyed the first level tower, so it is very likely that we can push and we can have a home run uncontested to the other side of the map to put the urn. So let's take a look really quick. So it's about to land, flaming it, and off we go to the sprint. I'll just sprint it 4x. Free uncontested, and that's it. 3 skills, and now we are on the other side of the map. When you are putting yourself in this position, you have 3 camps that you can cover, and you have this little box, which is also a very big must. Whenever you see a full stack on the map, always get it when you can. It gives you a lot of souls, for a very small price in HP to pay, but the amount of souls per minute that you get is extraordinary. So you must always get it, especially if there is 2 of them. Some of them, in some there is 1, in some there is 2. In this particular one, there should be 4. So here we are. I made a mistake by not reloading before I went for a sprint. So 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, I have only lost 200 HP by clearing out these 2 level 2 waves, so it's insignificant. And right now we're at so 2 minutes have passed, we're already at 3.3k and we started with 1k. So we got in 1 minute 1k plus, but we can get more and we'll see that. In less, it's hilarious. In less than 20 seconds, we almost got very close to, and what is it? We were 3,300-ish, now we're almost at 4,700 souls in less than 20 seconds. That is crazy, huge amount of souls. Now we're at 4.3 and it's been 30 seconds. I think here I'll take the zipline to go back home. Another thing. You see these boxes? Whenever you have an opportunity to tackle a couple of them, always tackle. They give you souls, it's close to 100 souls during the mid game, very essential. It can give you fire rate, permanent damage, extra ammo, extra HP, extra spirit damage. Those are vitals and they're permanent. So whenever you have them on your way, in this particular case, I completely forgot about them. So I should have jumped off the zipline, destroyed these boxes and jump out of that exiting window into the creep waves. So the idea of rotation was I'll clear out these 3, I'll jump on the zipline, I'll do 1, 2, do the second level 2 and come back. Because I already started calculating, I think I should be close to 6k and that way I'll do the rotation. Go back home, get Ricochet, and after that I can do much higher level jungles and help out my teams more efficiently because Ricochet does way much more than just farming. It also does spread out damage because, and that way you can trigger the passive more often. And again, I made a mistake. Didn't finish reloading before. Didn't activate reload before utilizing my 2, a mistake on me. And that's it, doing the boxes. There should be 1 on the left. Nothing. Now we're doing the last level 2. And we are 5.7, so I wasn't quite close. I missed by approximately 400 souls, but that's absolutely alright. So what I've seen is that I have speed boost zipline, so I decided to rotate to the edge, to this edge to finish quickly and get that 400 souls that are missing, while I still have the zipline on operational. So as I'm doing, and that's it. I go back using the boost real quick, and I'm back home as if nothing has happened. Got the zipline, and off I'm going much bigger camps of creeps. So just to sum up with this video, because I don't think there's anything more interesting. At minute 14:30, got Ricochet. Yeah. Anyways, so once you got Ricochet, let's remember there is a camp level 2 here. So how would you do it in your head if you have all the space and time right now? We're at minute 14 and we got Ricochet. That I think is an optimal way of getting Battle Fury essentially in Dota. So you do this, you rotate through that little tunnel, you turn right, you'll have the level 3. You clear them out by just focusing on 1. Ricochet will be applying damage to the rest, and you need to kill them 1 by 1 rather than spreading out damage evenly, because they do damage. Once you finish this, you go into the 2 guys that are on the edge, starting from the top, going through the lower ones on the ground level that you can then turn around through here, come back, and then you'll have a big... It's a level 1 and level 2 altogether with a lot of boxes. So when you're doing Ricochet with Infernus, just focus on the level 2. The spread will do just enough damage to clear all the level 1s without you even trying to focus on them, usually. And you clear out all the boxes. If you'll have in the middle nothing, you can go to the level 3, clear them out, and then rotate either to the enemy jungle if you are cocky enough, or to your own, where it should be leading you to the underground. And you can do, I think there is a level 1 box in here, and you move your way towards the middle. You can also do these level 3, level 2 jungles above the Baron, or above Roshan, however they call them. And once you clear out, you will most likely do close to 3,000 if you clear them out quick enough within under 2 minutes, approximately, give it or take. And since you're in the middle, you can spread out and start ganking. This is the idea, that you will do this rotation, let's say, perfect rotation. It took you approximately, let's say, 3 minutes. At minute 17, 18, you'll be around here. There will most likely be somebody's pushing level 2 tower. There is a gank happening. Somebody pushed us backwards, like here, so maybe we want to counter push that. And this is how you make your decision. So you want to rotate from your base through the sides and consolidate in the middle. That's how I tend to use, and so far it's been working great, because that way I can close the distance when I'm using Majestic Leap, which I'll show you in the next video of how I'm utilizing this. So this is the first video. I hope I didn't kill you with so much information. So the next one is 043. Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Yes. So this one was a flawless flawless match for me. I was able to farm a lot. I was able to gank and participate in fights a lot and secure kills as well, which was lucky me. So let's focus. Where am I? So we are 2-on-2 versus Haze and Talon. The laning for this was extremely hard, and we tried. I think with the policeman. What's his name? I always forget the name. Warden. So we were at a disadvantage, and so we tried to just focus on farm, because these guys were much better than the previous Talon, especially. They were utilizing distance. They were utilizing their skills to harass us from distance. And I think in here, I'm not gonna go through the entire early. We were able to secure a kill, I think, on Talon, and I got caught off, and I paid the price as well later through the early. So it was a pretty even out, because we were controlling the waves much better. But as I got the same strategy applied in here. Once I got the items, let's just roll in here, and we can see the items. So once I got these, I went for the Shredder, and I went for the Ricochet. Once I got that, I sprinted for Majestic Leap. And I will show you a couple examples of how I'm using to escape, to engage, and just overall perform surprise attacks and execute basically extraordinary kills, I would say, and helping our team win. So minute 21 something, 15, 21:50. Let's get it. 21:50. Yeah, let's go here. So I've already got a couple of good items. Already had 22k. Was the leading guy in terms of farm. Although was equal with Pocket, because Pocket was getting more kills apparently and farming. Anyways, so if we take a look at the map, I am on this side. Across this wall, as you can see, there is that level 2 camp that from which I'm recommending you to guys start once you have the right items and the right tools to kind of start doing the jungle step by step. And I know that on the other side, on the second left lane, Jesus Christ, I know that they're enemies. So as I have Majestic Leap, this was a perfect ambush opportunity for me, and this is where I would like to show you how to use and why this is a great way to engage or a great way to escape. As you saw, I just slipped through the entire building. I see that the enemies literally have no clue. They heard my ulti, they don't know where I'm at because I'm right behind them. And as I'm landing, I got Haze and 7 right in front of me. They're being pushed by Bebop and Warden. They have no idea what's coming. It's Paradox, sorry. And bam.
Should've known better than to mess with
We got 2 kills on Paradox and 7, I believe it is. And we're trying to finish off. We got an assist. And we're trying to finish off. I don't know why the dolls are so static, please ignore me. But as you saw, I ticked right before he fell the passive. Check it out. Now, he's just burning. Now, he has to hide with his 3 ability, but he's a dead man. So that's 3 kills, 1 assist, with a perfect surprise engagement by using Majestic Leap and utilizing Ricochet to just spread out the damage across everything. Especially when you can use your first to amplify the damage on as many units as possible, and using 2 to just apply the burn. This is, I would say, the perfect example of how to utilize this combination, and hence I recommend focusing on your passive, focusing on spreading that passive as much as possible, and focusing on being able to enter safely in the heart of the enemy team, apply all your that is one son of a bitch vendetta, but to apply all of your skills, all of your debuffs, all of your burns, and just do the most damage as possible. So I think there is another one, a multi-kill on the minute 29:40 by using mobility. 29:40. Let's go right here. Alright. And let's check it. Yeah, so as I was taking the high ground, let me roll back a little bit. I saw the enemies were chasing me, I remember. I escaped and decided to take the high ground. And in here, yeah, as I escaped, I decided to take the high ground, tackle a couple of boxes. And then I saw that my friends were still fighting, and apparently some were being chased. Chasing enemies, sorry. And that's where I saw... What's her name? I always forget. Wraith has utilized her ulti, but nobody was following up, so that was a perfect opportunity to apply my burn. And as you can see, look at how the damage is ticking. I think he will be finished off by a colleague. Then we're chasing Haze to finish it off. 7 is running away. I'm chasing him right back, applying burn. And even though I have messed up with my mouse, the passive, the burn, because I focused so much on spirit damage, it just finished him off straight away. I think... And now check, I have 8,000 by minute 30. That's a lot of cash. But here's another use of mobility. So Majestic Leap, I have it available. I see that now Talon is being picked off. He's alone. I'm closing distance. And he just gets melted because of burn. Paradox is running. Now I don't have many tools because I use my cooldown, so I decided to use my ultimate. Stun, secure the kill. And this is 4 guys dead. I think Pocket was about to die, but he did escape, unfortunately. And this is how you essentially utilize Infernus to be everywhere. Especially when the enemy spreads out, you can one-on-one against them if you choose so, because you, when you're in disadvantage, you need to make sure that you're using it. So I was just closing the gaps, using all my tools just to lock him down, helping my friends to either secure the kill or making sure that I can secure the kill when my allies are trying to finish the job, trying to chase somebody, but they cannot close the gap quick enough. So please do not pay attention to the stamina bars. As a matter of fact, I should be having either 4 or 5. It's actually +3, so that should be actually 6 bars. 6 bars with extra movement speed. You are extremely fast. That's what I was trying to say. And I think this is this is it for this particular example. Yeah, so this is where I want to talk about synergies, of how to utilize Infernus and synergizing it with allies. Now, the best synergies that Infernus works with tends to be the ones who work with the AoE, with area of effect or control, crowd control effects. What do I mean by that? I think we lost this game, but it was razor thin. And there was a perfect example where I think it was Lash, Dynamo, and myself that combined our skills and just wiped out the team entirely. I think only 1 or 2 escaped, and we just cracked on them within a couple of seconds, and they couldn't contest it in any shape or form. So let's watch this replay, and I think with this, we can conclude and summarize the main the main idea of Infernus and how you want to play him. So, Infernus, I was with Yamato. Yamato was a good synergy with me because we were fighting against Wraith, who we were kind of on par, and this Gargoyle Ivy. So it was
light them up.
minute 27. Let's pause it and go to minute 27. Another thing to note, I think I completely forgot. The order of skills is Afterburn must be prioritized first. Then, obviously, whenever you can, prioritize your ulti. Then goes your Catalyst Napalm. And then goes the Flame Dash. Flame Dash does pretty much the same thing. The only thing that is useful is when it's at energy 5, or like when there is 90 seconds cooldown. But it's not vital. It usually is not that vital. Okay, so it's minute 27. At minute 27. Let's get right here, I guess. So this is where I want to mention communication is key, because Infernus utilizes a lot of team. How can I explain it? So his toolkit depends a lot on what your teammates do as well. Your stun is not long enough, but your stun is there to facilitate an entry point for your allies to come in and to do their job as well. So you're just there to come in, settle the playing field, stun everybody, apply the debuffs, secure the damage, or if you feel cocky enough, try to get a kill so you can equate if you die 1-for-1 and it's 5-on-5, but you already done your job, and your allies come in, close the gap, and finish the job essentially. So I think it was minute 27.
I need every coin I can get.
Right? Minute 27:50. Okay, I made a mistake. Let me just forward this. Is it here though? Really interesting. Okay, that is interesting. Okay, so I applied the debuffs. Okay, my bad. Completely screwed this up. But somewhere around here, yes. This is where Dynamo will create a ping saying, I'm going towards the enemies, because if you take a look, there is 4 enemies concentrated in that push. Now, heading this way, so I checked it, but obviously I didn't want to come. So how you want to apply ambushes is that you don't want the enemies to see you. Dynamo risked it, and he decided to go front. They could see that he's just sprinting at them, so they can have an idea. You don't want to do that essentially. You want to utilize verticality. You want to utilize all the buildings, the underground sometimes as well, the lower floors, to kind of ambush and just sneakily enter as fast as possible into the heart of the enemy. So this is why, as I heard him, I decided to use this building on the right to cover my entry point, because they can hear that when you're blinking, Majestic leaping, and they have reaction time to spread out to do anything. But whenever you're mid there, it's really easy to, it's really quick to do a touchdown. So here's what I wanna show. So I think there is Lash, yes, Haze, and Dynamo. This is us 4 just nuking them down with ultimate synergy. So Dynamo is jumping in. He's using that flash capability to close the gap even more. I see that, and I'm majestically leaping and utilizing my ultimate in mid there, because I know it has a cooldown, like a charge up.
I'm going
Ulti. And as you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, and we will stun them. Haze will start applying her ulti, and I think, what's his name? I always forget. Lash will start basically from verticality, just slapping down and doing a nuking damage. So I napalmed everybody. As you can see, there is already Mystic vulnerability. The napalm also amplifies. The burn is amplified. Everybody will get stunned. And I think we will immediately kill the two guys and we'll start chasing Warden and the Ivy. Bebop is already dead. Pocket is gonna be dying soon. They're stunned. They're applied with debuffs. And I think, yes, here is where Haze coming in, finishing the job, and the guys decide to pause. So let me just forward this a bit more. I know some guy paused it. They say let's take out Ivy. Okay, Ivy is on the right, as you may know. As you can see, Dr. Detective Devil is coming as well. So we decide to prioritize him. And that's it. And so we killed 1, 2, 3, 5 guys essentially. And in that particular combo bombo, we participated in securing kill on Pocket, Bebop, Ivy. Warden was able to escape that. They chased him down and they killed him. And then, what's his name? I always forget. Abrams basically decided to help out, but it was just too late. To just kind of recap, I just want to show how it looks in... Opa, 1 second.
Don't mind the blood. It's gently used.
And that's it. Let's scroll back here. Just to show how this synergy works and how you should communicate and try to use your allies' synergy to basically win the team fights. We have won. We have actually destroyed every single tower and shrine, but we lost the team fight in for Baron or Roshan. They got the Rejuvenator and we lost from that. So it was a razor thin because we got cocky. And that's how beautiful this game is, because everything is so razor thin, it can switch completely. But forget my mumbling, let's see how this entire thing looks.
I'm going.
And I think it's best to actually go like this. Let's look down a bit and ulti down, and this is where we got the kills. Abrams is already coming, but it's just gonna be too late. Let's try to fast forward this a bit. And all right, let's do this. Abrams is coming. He's stunning. And dead. And now we're just chasing. Rays have realized there is no way, and she's dead. And that is it. So just to summarize, when you're at a disadvantage, try to prioritize denies and pushing the creeps. Medical creep is the most essential one. Your early items should always be your #1 priority. Once you have the tower falls down, you see that there's circulation of enemies or allies between lanes. You're entering early mid game, and this is where you need to start looking at where you are in the map and how you can rotate between jungles from the base or from the point that you are to the base. So you can rotate, let's say, from the left side, from the middle. Let me just show the mouse. Let's say from here back to base, and then from base through this to this side. Utilizing Urn is essentially important. Getting the hitting boxes where you're paying price to get souls is crucial whenever you can. Always do them. And get Ricochet by the minute 20 at the latest. And then Majestic Leap. Because Majestic Leap is the perfect vertical... 1 second. Yeah, anyways. So anyways, as I was saying. So utilizing the map to rotate, and that's where you can also help out your teammates from time to time. And then Majestic Leap is a perfect escapability or engage. As you saw, we can literally jump over buildings, surprise attack, and depending on who your teammates' heroes are, you can try to synergize, adapt to them, or make sure that they adapt to you, and that's where communication is key, and that's where you essentially win the game. Now, I hope this was informative and useful. And if you still believe this way of playing Infernus is not the most optimal way, please leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let's keep a healthy conversation going. But as I mentioned before, focusing on his passive through Spirit Amplification and just utilizing Richet as a means to farm and obviously do damage, but to spread out that damage, and having your defensive tools only focused on mobility gives you that I don't want to say glass cannon, but a very flexible max output damage where your skills will determine whether you survive or not. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this Infernus tutorial. If you want to see more, let me know which hero you want me to cover next. And with that, I hope to see you in the next one. Have a nice one and see ya.